Hey guys, welcome to another brand new episode of Talknology. We have some exciting news for you. There's been a lot happening in the PC hardware space. All the stuff from graphics cards to processors to, everything else has just been releasing. There's been leaks about new phones from brands like Samsung, OnePlus, Xiaomi, and on top of that, let's address the elephant in the room. PUBG has been banned. F in the chat, guys. F in the chat. Anyways, this is me, Omarto, with.
I am Ananthan, so make sure to like, subscribe, and also share this video to your friends who might find this interesting. So let's get started.
Kicking it off with the big news for the week, PUBG has been banned by the Indian government. Now, this doesn't really come as a surprise since we actually talked about this happening when the Indian government previously banned 59 other Chinese apps. Now, it seems like with 118 new apps, PUBG has also been axed. We kind of expected it, didn't we, Ananthan?
Yeah.
That's all with the LOC and all that issues happening near Ladakh.
Yeah.
We are kind of expecting this.
And the interesting part about this is we have banned 118 different kinds of apps, but the important and the popular apps are mostly games. So we have the other apps include, we have 118 apps, we'll put a list on the top, but the important apps are mostly games, mostly battle royale games, right?
Exactly.
So we have Knives Out, Cyberhound, and
Rules of Survival.
Rules of Survival. Okay, obviously Rules of Survival.
Yeah.
And kind of that. So I have a question for you guys. Are you guys like a hardcore PUBG player? And if yes, are you planning to play it using a VPN, or are you guys searching for other alternatives? Let us know in the comments below.
By the way, if you are searching for alternatives, we have a video on that up on our main channel. Card to that right here. And one more alternative that we didn't really speak about, but then, this is very recent news, guys. We actually planned this out way ahead, but then just before we were doing the voiceover for this, we came across this news. Akshay Kumar has apparently been working on an app that's called 4G. You get it? PUBG 4G. Yeah, anyway. So it's gonna be like an action game. It's under the Swatantra Bano thing that Prime Minister Modi is pushing so hard. So it's probably going to be made by Indian developers. It's being backed by Akshay Kumar. He says that along with a lot of action and a lot of shooting and all that, there'll also be some things to learn about how the Indian military conducts itself. And I don't know, it sounds like an interesting initiative, right?
Also, what I like about the project, I don't know how the game will look, but still they are they are promising to deliver 20% of the profits to the
Indian Army, right?
Yeah.
So it seems like a really good cause, and guys, we will be checking it out, but if you guys want, we might also do a review of it when it launches. So again, let us know in the comments if you would be interested in a 4G review. Moving on to the next topic, we have leaks about the OnePlus 8T. So Ananthan, what are the leaks?
So it's not about the 80 Pro, so it's a 8T, so it's a successor of the OnePlus 8.
Yeah.
So we have 120 Hz. The thing to note here is the OnePlus 8 had a 90 Hz display.
Yeah.
So this time we have a 120 Hz AMOLED screen, and it obviously supports the latest of Snapdragon 865 Plus. And the interesting thing about this, it's having a 6.5 inches panel, which was the same display as before, but it's a flat panel.
Okay, so gone are the curves from the 70.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad.
Okay. Thoughts
Not
on
the
the
70
curve?
actually, gone are the curves from the 8.
80, yeah.
No, they...
From the 8, yeah, obviously. So, and
Wait, did the 8 really have curved panels?
yeah, it had curved panels. The 8 and the 8 Pro were very similar.
Really?
Yeah.
Guys, intermission. Fact check intermission.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, back from the fact check intermission. Ananthan was right. OnePlus 8 does have a curved panel. I was wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 point to Ananthan, I guess.
Yes. Point 1 to Gryffindor.
Okay, so continuing on the OnePlus 8T leaks, we also know how the cameras are going to be. So we have a quad camera setup. It's a 48 megapixel main sensor along with a 16 megapixel ultra wide 5 megapixel macro. At least the macro is better this time. and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. And on the software side, we have Oxygen OS 11 based on Android 10. And you can expect this phone by the end of this month or like October starting.
Yeah.
So I am pretty excited for this one because I wanted to use a flat panel OnePlus.
As for the third big news, we have leaks surrounding the Galaxy M51. Well, not really leaks because I mean pretty much the entire spec list is available on Amazon. But hey, here's the news, like here's what the specs are at this point. We have a 6.7-inch Full HD Plus AMOLED panel with a punch hole, of course. Powering all of it is gonna be a Snapdragon 730G processor. It's gonna be one of the first phones to have a 7000 milliamp hour battery. Like, okay, we have other phones with higher battery capacities.
Like the Energizer with
the Oukitel 10,000. There were phones like that, but
But they were basically like power banks with a screen, right?
Exactly, and
But
they didn't make it out of China.
Yeah.
So one of the first mainstream phones to have a 7000 milliamp hour battery. So along with that, what do we know about the cameras, Ananthan?
Cameras, we basically have a 64 megapixel primary sensor. It's coupled with a 1.8 lens, f1.8 lens, and you'll also get a 12 megapixel secondary sensor with an ultra wide angle and 5 megapixel depth sensor and the 5 megapixel macro, obviously. So literally every OEM is trying to make their phones like quad cameras, right?
Exactly. It's like just pump out the 5 megapixel and 2 megapixel macro and depth sensors, just fill up the numbers.
Like I'm fine with the 5 megapixel macros, okay. 2 megapixel macros, 2 megapixel monochrome sensors are like just
So what do you think? Do you like the M31? Like, would you use a phone with a 7000 milliamp hour battery?
Of course, I would love to have a phone with a 7000 milliamp hour battery. I don't care how thick it is. But the problem is like the price, right?
Yeah. That's expected to be around 25 to 30,000.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, the M series was supposed to be like an entry or a budget level phone that was supposed to be online only, supposed to go up against the Realme's, the Redmi, so stuff like the Realme 7 Pro or maybe the Redmi Note 9 Pro Max. But now Samsung is just gradually increasing the price, and this is right up in the A series territory, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. So any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. The one thing we missed is actually it comes with a 25 watt charger on the box.
Okay.
Like supports
That's nice.
25 watt charger.
We don't yet know if
we
it
cannot
does
confirm it comes with the 25 watt charger. Next up, we have some exciting PC news. So Nvidia just released their new GeForce RTX 3080, 3090 and the 3070. And the impressive part of this is like 3070 is like 43% more faster than the 2080 Ti, which is like the fastest GPU for like past 2 years, right?
Yeah. So
And it costs like half of the price.
exactly, guys. I mean, to be fair, the Indian pricing, they're out. And it's a lot more than the US pricing. In the US, the 3070 is priced around $499. So that should have made it, in the 35,000 rupee range. But now it's around like the Indian pricing for the 3070 at least, it's 51,000. For the 3080, that should be around 71,000. And for the 3090, that's 1,52,000. So basically, at that point, it's a kidney. Anyway, the interesting thing about these cards is that, guys, it's been like, honestly, I don't remember the last time when there was such a huge improvement generation to generation. Because, with every business, even if you can improve by a lot, just because they want to be on the safe side, they don't want to have a generation where they don't show much improvement. Nvidia, AMD, Intel, everyone, like when it comes to silicon, the general thing is you take small steps, you increase your performance bit by bit. So why did Nvidia suddenly go all out for the 30 series?
You are complaining now.
No, I'm not complaining. Actually, I'm going into conspiracy theory right now. Okay. So, generally, whatever Nvidia does, it's almost always a response to AMD, right? Like, till now they have never released, they have always reined their cards in because hey, AMD didn't perform that well.
Yeah.
So what if, okay guys, I know again conspiracy theory time, but what if Big Navi is actually that great? Big Navi is good enough that Nvidia had to push the 3070 to have more performance than the 2080 Ti. I mean, it's possible, right?
Yeah, it
we
is
have seen a
possible.
truncated portion of Big Navi in the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, and that's not even the full GPU. So we don't really know how powerful the full GPU would be.
Yeah.
So next October, that's when Big Navi is launching.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for that as well, and
We'll make sure to cover it for you guys.
absolutely.
Yeah. Continuing on with the PC news, Intel has just launched their first 11th gen core processor, and from initial impressions we can see that they are competing directly with AMD for their laptop mobile processors, right?
So guys, these are not desktop-based processors, as actually happens almost every time with Intel. They first release their laptop and the ultrabook processors. So right now Intel has actually launched the 11th gen that's being known as Tiger Lake, and while the CPU performance, it's good, it's not like there's not huge improvements. It's nothing like what we had seen from first generation Ryzen to second generation Ryzen, nothing like that, but still decent improvements. The big thing that Intel is actually focusing on here is the improvements to the onboard graphics.
Yeah.
With Intel Xe, that's like their new graphics platform they're working on. So this is supposed to be powering their 11th gen processors, and it's the performance here. It's not like it's not like suddenly the onboard graphics is gonna perform like a 2080 or a 2070 or even something like that. It's gonna be around let's say it's gonna be better than the Ryzen 7 4800U, and it's also actually Intel says that it might even be close to the performance of the Nvidia MX350. So if you guys remember, the MX350 is the car that we had on the Mi Notebook 14 Horizon. So it could play some games. We have a gaming review of it up on the channel, cut to that. But yeah, it's okay. I mean, I don't mind it personally because hey, if a thin and light can actually game a little bit, that's good, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, skipping ahead to the next news, and this time it's another processor, and again it's for thin and lights. So this is coming from Snapdragon. It's gonna be the 8CX. So basically what the 8CX is, it's like the 865 but with more thermal and power. So it has got a bigger TDP. So by that what it means basically is, guys, as you can probably realize, when it comes to a phone, you can't really give the processor all the power at once because hey, it's small. If it outputs too much heat, then it will start thermal throttling, blah blah blah. So basically what happens is the processor can't stretch its legs, so to speak. So here Snapdragon with the 8CX, what are they trying?
So they are basically 5G compute platform. So basically laptops with 5G connectivity, and they're focusing on obviously two-in-one laptops and making it thinner, lighter.
Yeah.
So as to speak, like competing with the two-in-ones.
Competing with the two-in-ones, the ultrabooks, and well, probably even the latest MacBook, because hey guys, remember Apple is actually moving to ARM-based chips for their new MacBook Airs, and this is also ARM-based. But so interesting times ahead.
Yeah. From PC hardware, now we have some phone leaks for you guys. So we have been following the Poco X3 for a few
Pretty
episodes.
long time,
yeah.
right.
And now we have an official
Launch
date. So the Poco X3 is gonna launch on September 7th. And Qualcomm and Poco already announced the X3 will be the first phone with the Snapdragon 732G. That's a
upgrade to the 730G that we saw in the Poco X2, right?
Yeah.
So that's good news. Along with that, we are also going to get 6 gigs of RAM, and it's going to be based on obviously Android 10 because what else? What else do we have in terms
actually
of
we have a Geekbench leaked score, and it's 571 single core and 1766
Multi-core.
Multi-core, yeah.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. We have covered the X3 before, so check out our previous episode.
Yeah.
Okay. On to the next news.
Yeah.
And it's obviously about Poco also.
Yep, more Poco news for you guys. This time it's the Poco M2. And guys, this is kind of out of the blue because we were expecting the Poco C3. That's like the Redmi 9C rebranded, but then this one kind of came out of the blue.
Yeah.
So let's see what it is. According to the leaks, what we have here is a Full HD Plus display, 6 gigs of RAM. And do we have any news about the processor here?
The Poco M2 Pro was actually a rebrand of the Redmi Note 9 Pro, okay?
Yeah.
So people are thinking like the Poco M2 is a rebrand of the Redmi Note 9. So we could expect like similar specs to the Redmi Note 9 or even the same phone rebranded as Poco.
Basically.
Yeah. So the phone will go on sale on Flipkart and we can expect it on, like we said,
Somewhere around next week, maybe.
Yeah.
Or if not that, by the end of this month. That seems like probable dates for both the Pocos actually.
Okay, we actually have a date and the Poco M2 will be unveiled in India on
September 8th. Okay, so X3 on September 7th, M2 on September 8th.
We are gonna have a
Back-to-back
busy
dates. Lovely. You're gonna at least see those videos go up on C4 eTech as soon as they're launched. Cool. Anyway, if Poco news wasn't enough for you guys, now we have Xiaomi news.
Yeah.
But thankfully, it's not a phone. It's not a phone. It's about their wearables. So we have news about the Mi Band 5 and also about the Mi Watch Revolve.
Ooh.
So we actually did review this, Ananthan, didn't we?
Yeah, the Mi Watch Revolve is actually the Mi Watch Color that we reviewed on the channel.
Uh-huh.
And it's like the global version is called the Revolve and like Xiaomi is planning to bring it to India. And the impressive part is like the people are saying that, the leaks are saying that it will launch at 6K.
That's really, really impressive. Like even the Realme Watch, I mean, okay, I think the Realme Watch is stretching the definition of a smartwatch.
Yeah.
It was more like a fitness tracker than a watch. To be fair, the Mi Watch Color, I mean, okay, we did get the Chinese version of it, so I wasn't able to, fully understand all the features, but it's not running Android Wear. Okay, guys, no Android Wear, not like a Google, it's not going to be a smartwatch that has all the capabilities. You're not going to be able to run all the Play Store apps and stuff like that. But still, it's fairly, more capable than at least the Realme Watch.
It doesn't look like a gimmick. It's a...
Exactly. It looks like a watch. It's got, a nice round face and all that. And at 6,000 rupees, I don't know. I see myself buying one.
Yeah. So on to the next wearable, which is the Mi Band 5, and the Mi Band 5 actually launched in Euro for like 39.99 euros, and that converts out about to like
3,999, so 4,000 rupees.
Yeah, 3.5k ish.
Yeah, I guess.
So it comes with like a larger display from the Mi Band 4, which is a good device, and support for more workout modes, more accurate PPG heart rate sensor. New charger that doesn't require you to remove the strap, which is a huge upgrade.
Huge deal.
Yeah.
Because guys, I was daily driving a Mi Band 4, okay? And believe me, it was one of the best fitness trackers I have used, because it was simply like, the battery was great, it gave notifications, it did what I wanted. But then just the toll of, taking it out, putting it in.
That's what she said.
As of the launch date, both will be launching on September, and like we expect it to launch at September 17th, because last time they launched the Mi Band 4 on September 17th.
September 15th actually, but yeah,
Yeah,
close enough, I
15th,
guess.
yeah.
15, 17. So yeah, a lot of Xiaomi products coming in the coming weeks, which
Brings us to a software news.
yes.
Okay, the next news comes from Instagram, and Instagram has replaced the Explore tab with the Reels tab. So it's like a exclusive Reels home,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm kind of okay with it, I guess. I mean, I don't really use Instagram a lot. If any of you in the comments, you use Instagram heavily, let us know how you feel about it. But one thing I feel great about is that Netflix is now letting us watch things for free.
Yay.
Yeah. So what are the things that we can watch for free, Ananthan?
Actually, we have the collection is very small, but still you can watch it for free. So we have some good shows here, like TV shows like Stranger Things, Elliot, Boss Baby, and When They See Us, Love Is Blind, Our Planet. And as of movies, we have like Murder Mystery, Bird Box, and Two Pops. I know the list is very small, and I know what Netflix is going here, right?
Yeah, it's basically, dangle the carrot and hope that everyone is like, okay. But honestly, I mean, out of all of these, Stranger Things is good.
Yeah.
I watched it, really enjoyed it. Bird Box is okay-ish.
Yeah. If you
Boss
haven't
Baby
seen
is
The Silent
kinda
Place,
funny.
right, if you haven't seen The Silent Place, you
Yeah,
can watch
yeah,
Bird Box and still be entertained.
Exactly.
And the thing is, if you go to Netflix Home, you cannot like access this feature.
Yeah.
So we'll leave a link in the description below so that you can like access it easily. Just
Yeah.
go to the link and you don't have to sign in. You don't have to give your email ID. And nothing is there. You can just start watching on the desktop browser.
Yeah. So that's great news. But what is not great news is that we have come to the end of this episode.
Yeah.
So, guys, do let us know how you felt about it. Did you like our banter? Should we continue in this style more? Again, let us know in the comments. As always, like, share, subscribe. And this is your host, Amarto,
I'm Ananthan.
saying goodbye for the weekend. Have a nice one, guys. Cheers.
So it's about Instagram. Amartya is pretty bummed about it because Amartya was actually a huge TikTok star in Kolkata, and now, like, since TikTok is banned, he's been like pretty moody, to be honest. And Reels actually like helped him come back to.
Yeah, it was like, I was traumatized, and then Reels was like my last saving grace, and now Instagram has put Reels on the forefront, so that makes me very happy.
Yeah.
But then the Explore tab, that's gone.
It is actually not gone. It's
Oh.
in the home page or next to the DM button.
Okay.
Okay.
So basically, whenever you're drunk and you're going to DM your ex in the middle of the night, instead go and explore, hit up a new girl, start a new relationship, get your act together.